Good.
Hi everyone, it's Denise. I wanted to show you a couple of things as I get started for this season for seed starting. And I wanted to show you how I store my seeds. And these are actually photo boxes that I store my seeds in. And you can buy these at Amazon and at Michael's. Those are two different places that you can find them, but they are meant to actually store, I think, 4x6 photographs or 3x5s or something like that. And anyway, I have them separated here. They're in alphabetical order, and Bill's going to come down here, and you can see I start here with Alyssum, Angelonia. Some of these may have some. Yeah, this one, Alyssum, has some. Angelonia does have some in there. But I do have some that don't have anything in them. And then I have some of them also marked here, WS. And that means that these can be winter sown. So I've kind of gone through my entire boxes and done which of at least my flowers or my ornamentals can be winter sown. So I have these 3 boxes here are mostly my ornamentals, and you'll see I have some empty boxes here. These in the clear containers are all of my edibles, or our edibles, I should say, me and Bill. And I just have them in basic form, like all of my herbs I have in one. And then you'll notice, and I do have these, everything in here alphabetized as well. But you'll notice I don't have things like lavender, tomatoes, my peppers, or anything else that needs to go through cold stratification, which means that rosemary is one of those as well, that needs to remain in my freezer. I keep those in the freezer all year long, even though tomatoes and peppers don't require that period. I do like to store my tomato seeds and my pepper seeds in there because it does store them longer. So next, I'm going to go through my seed hauls of the seed orders that I've received so far this year, although I have more to order, which you would wonder, well, how could I possibly have more seeds to order when I have all of these? But some of these only have very few seeds in them, and some of them don't have anything in them currently at all. So, in fact, like here is Salpiglossis, or Salpiglossis, however you want to pronounce that. I have no seeds in here. I would like to order some seed, so you know, this is one that I have is an empty container. So next, let's go through what I have as far as my seeds and my seed hauls, who they're from, and then I have some seeds that need to be put away anyway, seeds that I have harvested from my own crops. So let's move on to that next.
Good.
Okay, so here's what I've ordered so far, and we will start with what I've received so far from, this is from Gurney's. I got this Berlin hybrid carrot, and it is supposed to barrel through our clay soil here. So, you know, usually with carrots, they are, you know, they come out crooked here in Michigan. We're in Michigan zone 6A because, you know, our clay soils are tough, but this apparently this carrot is supposed to be a good one that should barrel through the soil. I have this Rivoli radish. The only vegetable that actually gives me bad indigestion are radishes, and on this healthy journey that I'm on, I love roasted radishes, but even if they're mild, they tend to give me indigestion. So this one is supposed to be a more mild version. It's called Rivoli, and you can find it at Gurney Seeds, and I'm sure you can find it other places as well. So it's supposed to be a little more mild. I got some red velvet leaf lettuce, and someone to the south of us in Ohio was able to get to overwinter this variety. So I am going to try and start some of this soon. So Here it's almost February. I may put some seeds in the ground just to see how they come out. And next I will do what I got from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And I got some San Marzanos. I've never grown San Marzanos before. And these are non-GMO open pollinated seeds. And those are a paste type tomato. I also got Amish paste, so something a little bit more local here. Thai hot peppers, because I love Thai hot peppers. And by the way, I've ordered from Mary's Heirloom Seeds before. Her seeds are wonderful, and they're very budget wise if you purchase seeds from her. I got some Wonderberry seeds. I'm anxious to see how those turn out. Not sure what they are. Bill has some trouble with his hands in the fall and winter. His hands crack, so I got some calendula, and I'm going to make some calendula salve for him for next year, and we'll see how that goes. I also ordered some wasabi arugula, and you know, I like my stuff hot, like hair on fire hot, as my friend Charlotte says. But it's kind of funny that radishes bother me, but arugula does not, and hot peppers do not bother me. But so I got some wasabi arugula because I want a little bit of spice in my salads. Ground cherries, we're going to try those for the first time. These are Cossack pineapple ground cherries, and those should be fun. And then I got a freebie from Mary's Heirloom Seeds, pollinator garden mix. So not sure I'll plant those this year, but that's what came in that one. My next order is from Victory Seeds. I ordered, here I have some tomato. This one is Lincoln Adams tomato, and I do believe that this one is heirloom open pollinated. I also got some Martha Washington asparagus, and it takes asparagus a couple of years to get going here, so I do want to get it in the ground. I wish I would have planted some earlier. And I was also out of my Paul Robeson. These are heirloom, these are black tomatoes, and these are very rich black tomatoes. So I wanted to replenish my stock of Paul Robesons, and so I ordered some from Victory Seed, and you're not going to believe this, I ordered them from somewhere else as well, because when I got to that website, I went, oh, I want to restock my Paul Robesons. I also restocked my Brandywine Sudeth strain. These are a pink tomato. To me, these are the best tasting tomatoes that there are. And in the Brandywine family, it is the Brandywine Sudeth strain. So I look for that particular variety. And now I'm going to move on to what I got from M.I. Gardner. So I made something with bok choy recently, and this one is pak choy. White stem cabbage. So I'm excited to try this, although we do get cabbage worms. I'm hoping to get a row cover in so that I can cover this up so that we don't have, you've seen those cabbage moths, the white moths that fly around your garden in the summertime, your vegetable garden. Yeah, well those, you know, they love cabbage and other brassicas. I also got this jelly melon, Kawano cucumber. I'm excited to see what that's like because I have no idea what that is. I got some spotted bee balm. I think I can winter sow this, but I really have to look it up. And we can talk winter sowing in an entirely different video. We might do that. I got my husband and my mom some Minnesota midget cantaloupes. I don't particularly like cantaloupe, and I'm not eating any fruit right now on my weight loss program. And I thought these personal size cantaloupe would be great for Bill and my mom. I got American flag leeks. I love leeks. They're so nice and mild. trying leeks for the first time this year, so I hope they do well. I've restocked my Tabasco peppers. These grow amazing here, and they are absolutely wonderful. I'm going to try triple crop tomatoes. This is another open pollinated variety, but grows some enormous size and great crops of tomatoes. I've not actually grown this one before, so I'm going to see how that one works. And like I said, I got even more Paul Robeson tomato seeds. So I'm stocked pretty well for Paul Robeson tomato seeds. Clearly, this is another one of my absolute favorite tomatoes. I don't have any seed for my Sun Golds, and I think I'm going to order those from Botanical Interest because I do believe the variety that they have is stabilized and is now an open pollinated version, and it's no longer a hybrid, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. So, but we do love the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes as well. So those are 3 of our favorites. Plus I'll have to see what else I have in the freezer as far as tomatoes go. And then I got some freebies. These are orange habanero peppers from M.I. Gardner. And that completes my M.I. Gardner seed haul for this year so far. We'll move on to Baker Creek. So these are carrots. I think they're called Pusa Aceta Blacks, and they are through and through very dark color carrots. And I grew some purple carrots last year. So these vegetables that have these dark purple colors, really dark colors, are high in anthocyanins, and they are actually very good for you. So we like the purple carrots, but it will turn stuff purple. So maybe it would be fun to make my husband a purple carrot cake. That would be interesting.
Be interesting.
Yeah. So here I got some snail vine. I have a mushroom shaped tutor that I grew. Climbing Black-Eyed Susan. I'm trying to think of the name of those. Anyway, I grew those on that tutor last year, but I'm going to grow this snail vine on there this year. I think those will be fun. I also, I don't know if I mentioned that all of these seeds are from Baker Creek, which are rareseeds.com. I got this melon. It's called Kiku Chrysanthemum, and it's supposed to taste like Greek yogurt. And I just found that kind of interesting, so I thought I would do that. Here's the free seed that I received from Baker Creek, and these are a yellow, these are Uzbek golden carrots. I'm excited to try those. They will pair very nicely with the purple carrots, and hopefully these will bust through the ground like those big carrots that I ordered from Gurney Seeds. Got some snake bean. This one is super interesting. Let me tell you, let me read the back here. It's got some interesting things. Chinese python snake beans. The fruit tastes much like green beans and is the largest snake bean variety, growing up to 60 inches long, 1.5 inches thick. As it matures, it develops a bright green color and thin layer of wax on the skin. When harvested at 12 to 18 inches long, it can be used like green beans or summer squash. So that looks kind of fun. So that's why we're going to try that one this year. I also got these dark cucumbers. This is a superb new Polish variety, all-purpose slicing pickling type. Bush plants are downy mildew resistant, attractive brightly striped exterior. And I did get these because they are downy mildew resistant. We do have an issue with downy mildew here that most of my cucumber plants succumb to every year. So hopefully that this variety lives up to its name of being downy mildewy resistant. And I also got these green twister cone flowers. So that will be new and exciting for our gardens this year. And then I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I need to put away this year. Some of these seeds I've done myself. Some of these were seed orders that I did in the fall. And these are seed harvests. I've got some dill seed from 2020, and I'm gonna actually throw these kind of in our back 40 and let the swallowtails have it. Dill is a wonderful producer, and we get swallowtails on our dill, so I figured I would put them a patch in our back 40 all to themselves. I don't know if these will come true to type. These are purple butterfly bush seeds. In fact, they might even be sterile, so I'm not sure. But I saved the seeds so that I could try and do those. I have I'm putting these away, yellow personal size watermelon, and they might be a crimson yellow. I am not sure. They were a volunteer in my garden this year, and I don't have the original seed packet, but I saved a whole bunch of seeds. So you can see here, I have enough to share if anybody wants some yellow personal size watermelons. Okay, and last year from Floret, I bought the zinnias, the unicorn mix. So I harvested seeds actually last week. So they are the zinnia unicorn mix from Floret, and Floret is out of stock on these. So I'm really glad that I went out there and gathered all the seeds so that I have them this year. This was a really fun mix with greens and pinks and oranges and reds, and it was a lot of fun. Here's some seeds that I purchased last year. Here's some tomatillo. Here's some more tomatillo. I got these on clearance, so at the end of the season. Now I've got a couple here from M.I. Gardner that I bought end of season. Here's a chiltepin pepper. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Pepperoncini. Aunt Ruby's German green tomato. Those are one of my favorite tasting tomatoes. They're green when ripe, and they usually have a yellow or a pink blush to them, just slight. Some saltwort. Here's more Mary Washington asparagus, as if I needed more. And here's some cilantro, and that's slow bolt. I also saved cilantro seeds for my own garden. And what are these? These are from Mary. Here's more cilantro from Mary. Microgreens. These I actually got from the Dollar Tree. And that's it. So all of these seeds now need to be put away into my containers. From here, I'll take you to my seed starting setup, and I'll show you how I start seeds. Okay, so here is my seed starting setup. We have this bay window here in the front of our house in our great room. And it is south facing, but that is truly not my light source. It just happens to be a great place for us to seed start here. And I have my organic seedling mix. It's already ready. I've got it sitting up top here. I have sticky traps for those gnats that you sometimes get when you seed start, but they will suck the life out of your seedlings if they get a hold. So I've got these little things, these little traps, these yellow sticky traps for fungus gnats. That's what they are. And here's what they look like. And you just take the paper off, and then the sticky traps are there. So that's what they look like. And I'll put those in with my seedlings so that we don't have gnats taking over. Up here I have, these are LED fixtures, and I believe these are 4,000 Kelvin. I have two. I have them hanging on each of these racks. This metal rack I do believe that we got from Aldi, but in the past I've used the plastic racks like you can get at Lowe's and Home Depot. Timer, because I do put my lights on a timer. I usually leave my lights on for 16 hours a day for my seedlings. And then on this bottom shelf, these are my old setups These are fluorescent bulbs. I have one cool bulb and one warm bulb in each of these. They work equally as good as these LED bulbs at for seed starting. So if you're looking for something that is inexpensive, go ahead and get some of these fluorescent tubes, unless you can find these LED fixtures at a good price. And you don't need the fancy full spectrum with the expensive light systems. We're only growing seedlings here. We are not growing to full harvest. If we were growing things to fully harvest them in the house, then we might need something like that. So cannabis growers usually like the full spectrum because then they can grow to full harvest, but we're not growing cannabis here. So from here, let's go to, we can go over to my desk. And I will show you here, I keep all of my seeds in an Excel spreadsheet, and Bill's gonna kind of get a close-up here. This is how I keep my seeds sorted. And some of these have nothing in them. So this Agastache, this Anise Hyssop, I have no seeds of that variety, but it might be something that I want to grow in the future. So I did give it a line. Ageratum, it has a line as well. Now this Alyssum, and I have it in blue, and then I have, and you see here down below, these are things that can grow via the winter sowing method, which is done in see-through containers, and you do them out and you put them out in the snow. So I have a bunch of containers ready, and so I do have a bunch of seeds like these bachelor buttons. You see I have the True Blue and the Blue Boys. So those can all go outside and be sown, and they won't take up space under my lights. So on my other screen over here, this is just a partial list. This was my winter sowing was for 2021. Things that could be winter sown. So you can winter sow things like marigolds, cosmos, calendula, salvia, celosia, zinnia. I did nicotiana, which did absolutely wonderful via winter sowing last year. So I did daisies. Blue-eyed daisies are difficult to grow. I grew those via winter sowing, and they were absolutely stunning in my garden. So
sorry about the focus, everybody. It's really hard to get this on the focus on the
So yeah, you can pause this if you want to see this actual list of things that you can actually winter sow.
We'll try to take a picture of it and put it up, you know, put it in the video.
All right, and anyway, that's it. So we're about to get started for our winter sowing, or our winter sowing and our indoor seed starting for the year. So I'm excited for this season to start, and I'm excited to go through a couple more seed catalogs to see what else I'm going to order. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.